Oh, look, I took a hiatus and now I'm coming back in 1 week, 2 episodes. Say what? So, on my most recent episode, I told you all about a free masterclass that I have coming up. And today, I have my girl Jasmine on here, and we're going to go a little bit more in depth. Y'all, we back in the building. This is Looking for My Fit.
You may not have everything you like, but I'm here to bring you light. Take a seat, join the ride. Elephant if it goes down tonight. We'll bring the party right to you. If you wanna laugh, hear good news. Bring your friends, family too. Looking for my fit is what I do. Looking for my fit, looking for my fit, yeah. Looking for my fit, looking for my fit, yeah. Looking for my fit, looking for my fit, yeah. Looking for my fit, looking for my fit, yeah.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Looking for My Fit podcast. My name is Jamaica, but those who know and love me call me Meek, so you can call me that too. And y'all, this is just a podcast where I talk about my life and everything that's going on with it. And y'all, the amount of episodes I'm about to roll out because life has been on 55,000. I was gonna say 1,000, but it has been on 55,000 going at the speed of lightning, and it's a little bit hard to keep up. I cannot lie. However, I can slow down enough to tell you that this masterclass that I'm about to have with today's guest is about to be fire. And if you have been in an endless cycle of starting and stopping when it comes to you trying to truly create a healthy lifestyle, this masterclass will be for you. So, y'all, I'm gonna read the whole thing. I was going, I try to go off the top of the dome and introduce my people, but listen, Jasmine come with accolades, y'all, and I ain't gonna miss not one. I'm gonna read off the whole thing, and then y'all gonna get to meet her. So, y'all, Jasmine Westbrooks has a consulting company called Nourish Through Nutrition, teaching about diabetes, mindful eating, and making behavioral changes. She emphasizes making changes around their lifestyle while also debunking food myths, helping people develop better relationships with their food, and making healthier food choices that are sustainable and last a lifetime. As a media dietitian, she has been featured on many. Come on now, Jasmine's the boss. She's been featured on many local and national media outlets such as Today's Dietitian, WFLA Tampa, Philadelphia Channel 17, NBC Miami, Say What, and many more. Y'all, welcome to the Looking for My Fit podcast, Jasmine Westbrooks. Okay,
hey y'all.
I'm gonna need you to be hyped coming in, Jazz. I'm gonna need you to be hyped.
I'm hyped. I just try to get on your level because, girl,
I said, come on in.
I be on 10, you be on 20. So I gotta reach 15 today. So I'm gonna try.
Okay, so bring it on up to 15 now. But Jasmine, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. It's so live. I love it.
Hey, that's how we do over here. I'm super excited because I've been on a hiatus for several weeks. I've only had one other episode since the hiatus, and so you coming in on the second. You coming in hot, Jasmine, on the second. Coming in hot, just like a burrito. Is that how the song goes? Okay, pay me no mind. But I'm so happy to have you here.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal, y'all. You heard on the previous episode where I told you I was gonna have a free masterclass. I didn't go into crazy details, but as I was telling you about how it was straight up Fresh Prince in here. Life got flipped, turned upside down in a good way. You know how Will upgraded. He went on to Bel Air. And that's how I feel. Like my life got flipped, turned upside down. We have upgraded, and it's a lot going on. And one of the things is a masterclass that we have coming up on the 26th. You see how I said that with hesitation? On Friday, the 26th, I'm saying it with my chest. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to have Jasmine on the podcast so that we can just talk a little bit more about this masterclass and why we even agreed to do it, or not agreed to do it, but why we decided this was something important to do.
Absolutely.
So, let's jump off where we met. Jasmine and I, y'all have heard many a time. If you've caught up on the episodes, I know you have heard P2P, Purpose to Platform, which was a program that it was the one thing I feel that changed everything. Like how I move people I surround myself with, all of that. And Jasmine and I met in Purpose to Platform.
We
So
did.
Jasmine, let me ask you this. When you went to Purpose to Platform, what was your why behind doing that?
Oh, wow. So my intention, my why behind being in P2P, to sum it up, it was like, okay, I know I have a purpose in what I'm doing, but I feel like it needs to reach more people that I feel like I can make I guess, impact with. And for me, it was like, just go in, get all the tools, get all the resources, bam, 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 do it. But was I sadly mistaken? Yes. Because it was so
Weren't we
much more
all?
deeper. I know, like everybody went in was like, oh, we about to see how we can increase our following and increase our email subscribers, all these different things. And that was a part of it, but it was a lot more of deep internal work that we had to do as women, that I'm so grateful for. And not only you, Jamaica, like your life was changed. I think out of 150 women that was with us as well, their lives are changed in some type of way too.
Yeah, oh, for sure. She said at the beginning, like, you won't recognize yourself at the end. And I, at the end, looked in the mirror and got a little scared. Who is this standing in my house? Because surely this is not the
Yes.
person from 12 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was crazy. It was
it
so
was.
crazy.
Well, Jasmine, let me tell y'all something about Jasmine. She's a quiet storm. And she ain't quiet. Like, once you get to talk to her, she ain't quiet. So let me tell you that. Because me and Jasmine get on the phone, we get distracted and we talk and we be all off track about what we're talking about. But you were present in there, but you were more what's the word I want to say? I don't want to, soft spoken is not the word, but you weren't, some of us were very, yo, I'm in the building. And that wasn't necessarily your personality during that program. But
Mhm.
you were killing the game and would slide in and share stuff and be like, oh yeah, I did a cooking demonstration for Quaker Oats. We were like, ma'am, how you just gonna slide in that you did a cooking demo for Quaker Oats, ma'am? I mean,
Yeah.
so, yeah. And I was like, oh, like Jasmine is the real deal. And then you shared other media. So you had several things that popped off for you during the program. And you were always like real low key. Oh yeah, that ain't nothing. Oh yeah, I won a grant from this company. Y'all might have heard of it, Weight Watchers. Ma'am, ma'am, what are you Yeah. Jasmine called one day and she was like, oh yeah, I got this other grant. Who'd you get it from, Jasmine? Oh, you ever heard? This is what she said to me, y'all. You ever heard of Siggy's? Ma'am, who has not heard of Siggy's? Yogurt. This is the household name. Yes, ma'am. So, Jasmine, don't let this cool, quiet, super laid back demeanor fool you. She's out here killing the game in the nutrition world.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You know why though? I think I'm like that sometimes because I don't know if we have any other Virgos listening to this, but sometimes we can be so in our head thinking about everything and thinking about the next step that we don't have time to really celebrate. But Jamaica, you got me in check with that phone
I
call.
did. I was like, "Ma'am, you better celebrate. We're gonna stop and press pause and celebrate. This is huge. This is like massive." So that stood out to me. I remember hearing that. And then one day I went to the gym. I was getting ready to work out by myself. And I was on the elliptical. It was leg day. I was warming up on the elliptical. Y'all, no lie. So let's back up. God speaks to people in different ways. So when I say like God spoke to me, the way he speaks to me is one, he will lay something in my spirit like really hard. So I might wake up thinking about it and then I can't stop thinking about it. Y'all, I'm not making it up. And if you have a relationship with God, then this may be how he may speak to you. I was on the elliptical and this download, it just came to me. I was like, you need to create something. And it's a program and there, you want to help women, but it's deeper than just them being physically active. Call Jasmine and see if Jasmine wants in. Yo, Jasmine and I had never personally spoken at this time. That was what was so insane. I'm like, okay, call Jasmine. I text Jasmine. I sent you a message through Messenger because I didn't even have your number then. I was
Yeah.
like, so this may be very random, but can you jump on a call? And Jasmine is so professional. She sends me her calendar, pick a time. And I was like, and I started to pick one that was a little bit farther out, but I know myself and I would overthink it. And I said, put it for today. You had one slot left for that day. So I put it on that. You called me and I said, listen, I don't have any plans for this. I wish I had like a real proposal, but this download came to me today at the gym and I didn't want to overthink it and procrastinate. So here's what I'm thinking, and this is a very rough draft because it just came to me. And I told you what I was thinking about. And I said, so what do you think? And you were like, in true Jasmine fashion, yeah, let's do it. I was like, I was so excited, but you said it's so cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, at that moment, like, I felt like you had some type of discernment from God, and God is never wrong. So it's like, okay, let's check it out. Let's see what happens. And the reaction that you gave me, she was like hollering on the other side of the phone. And this was my first time meeting her on the phone, right? So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying like I'm doing it and I'm inviting you on as a guest. I'm saying like we create something together. And you were like, yeah, I know. I was like, okay, okay. She said yes. And so
Yes.
here we are. And now we have a much more developed, course of action that we want to take.
Right.
So on Friday, we're going to have a masterclass. Let's go ahead and put it up. Let's go ahead so that people can see. If you're watching on YouTube, all you need to do is go ahead and look down here at the bottom of the screen. But the masterclass is called Reclaim Your Health: 3 Barriers Holding You Back from a Healthier and Sustainable Lifestyle. Jasmine and I are both very passionate about giving women the tools to truly, y'all, create a healthy lifestyle. I feel like that word gets thrown, or those two words get thrown out a lot, but lifestyle is what matters. It's not about a diet and it's not about a workout plan per se. It's about creating a lifestyle, something that just is very routine for you that allows you to live your best life.
Mm-hmm.
So what I wanted to share today is why that's important to both of us. And so as the guest of honor, I would love for you to start and just say, like, why is teaching women how to create this lifestyle important to you?
Oh my gosh, it's so important. I guess I can start with just a little bit, like little clips of stories of my life that kind of got me to this point of trying to teach women about eating healthy sustainably based on their terms. So when I was 17, I was a model, right? I'm like 5'10". As a model back in that day, you had to be a certain size. No negotiation. You had to be very small. I was on different diets, not really understanding how much damage I was actually doing to my body. Fast forward, went to an agency. They told me I couldn't have any fat on my body. I was like, this ain't for me. I love to eat. I'm out. And fast forward again, going into college, and I gained, I think, at least 30 pounds in college. And what was funny was half of my college career, right? I was actually studying for nutrition. My degree or my major was nutrition and dietetics. So you would think that someone that's studying nutrition and dietetics, they know exactly what to do. They should be on point. They should have a 6-pack. They should be the healthiest person in the world, right? Because we know, as they say, abs are made in the kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day, after like 5 years of going to school, I'm like, oh, graduation, crap. I need to like take some graduation pictures. Like, I don't work this hard. I'm one of the first to go to school or college in my family. We're going to do it big. Like, we're going to get a new outfit. We're going to get a cute hairdo, all the things, right? To be fine for that photo shoot. Okay. So I got everything together, went to the photo shoot. She's snapping pictures. I'm feeling myself, right? Like we women do. And she's like, you want to see the pictures? I was like, yeah, let me see what you got so far. Girl, I looked at that picture and I was like, oh, no, that ain't me. Like I had literally, I could not recognize myself.
Wow.
And for me, it wasn't necessarily like the weight aspect of it that I couldn't recognize, but it was almost like a defining moment for me. It was like, wow, I'm not in a healthy relationship right now with the right person.
Mm.
I was surviving off of maybe 5 hours of sleep or less from studying and trying to graduate. I was not financially secure. I was did not have the best friend support at the time just because of immaturity with friendships. You know how it can be when you're young.
Hmm.
Um, I was not setting myself for success. It was like I was pretty much telling people what to do to be healthy, but I was not showing it in my own life, and I could not understand why. And so for me, that was one of my wake up calls. But even after that, I was really going ebb and flow up and down with different diets, trying to lose the weight, but then realizing that, okay, honestly, and I know this may sound like cliche, but diets really don't work. And that's how I kind of started to get into like mindful eating and some other principles of eating foods that you love without feeling like you have to restrict yourself, and learning throughout working with patients with diabetes that that's a common thread for them. All their lives they have been going through these diets, and now they're in my office with diabetes type 2, and they're like, I don't understand why. And it's because they may have been on unhealthy roller coasters of lifestyle that have led them to that point. So that's a little bit of my story.
Yeah, but that story, even though that it may not be identical to a lot of people's, it's not identical to mine. So familiar though,
Yes.
so different circumstances, but the same situation where you
Mhm.
have that wake up call and you're like, man, like I
Mhm.
have to pull this together. What is
Right.
happening, and how did I get here? And then making changes. The thing that resonated with me is the ebbs and flow. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Listen,
I've tried
this,
everything.
if you can see me on YouTube, my fingers moving up and down and up and down and up and down. The number of times, I'm telling you, the obsession that I had at one point with working out and not
Mhm.
being afraid to skip a day of working
Yes.
out, doing excessive amounts of cardio. Oh my gosh. I mean, just elliptical or the treadmill, giving it everything I got so that I can just be pouring and dripping in sweat, but having the fear of not even allowing myself to take a day off because I don't want to, quote, fall off the wagon. And
Right.
then it just being very extreme with my calories, feeling like if I can skip some meals, or if
Mhm.
when I eat, I only eat a little bit, being obsessed with the scale and getting up every morning, using the bathroom, taking my clothes off to get on the scale to see where I am. And if it's not where I am, let me see if I can use the bathroom again, or maybe I can change my posture on the scale so that it goes down a little bit, looking to see what the scale is at night and calculating
Mhm.
what I think it can be in the morning, being thirsty, going to
Mhm.
bed and not drinking water because I don't want that to be on the scale in the morning.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Some of the same things. And it's funny because now as an adult, when I reflect back, especially when I was 17, my parents, any adult figure really didn't see it as a bad thing because that's not what they were taught. They didn't know that I had some type of behavior that's actually defined as disordered eating. Not necessarily the eating disorder, but it was a form or practice of disordered eating where I began to not develop a good relationship with food. And I remember one day working at like a supermarket, right? Because I worked at a supermarket during my teens, and I was a model. And I was looking for all these best diets to be on. And one of the diets that my sister, I remember, she told me about, she was like, all you gotta do is just eat fruit all day. That's it. Fruit and water. And literally, like, having signs of a low blood sugar while trying to only eat fruit, or only eat a certain food, and almost about to pass out because I was determined, right, that I have to look this certain way, and I fit myself in a box that wasn't a reality for me. And I think that's what goes on with a lot of women. We have this, unfortunately, negative society showing us how we should look in
Mhm.
order to be happy, in order to be successful, in order to be on, or, just on top of your game. but not realizing that that body may not be for you. So I think there's so many like Eurocentric and even Afrocentric type of images that we see every single day that bombards us, and we feel like we have to fit into that box to be healthy and to have a good quality of life. But that's not always true.
Girl, you see me, I had to lean back for a second. I'm like, that body might not be for you.
Mm-mm.
Jasmine. Oh, see, that's why we about to
Mm-mm.
change the game with this class. That body might not be for you, because I
Mm-mm.
do feel like there is a certain state. So when I was in that place of, I was so obsessed on a certain number, which was a high school weight, which y'all, unless you are genetically if you're genetically set up to weigh what you weighed in high school, that's one
Mhm.
thing. But if not, we should not be the weight we were in high school. Like
Right.
I was 18 with a totally different type of body that I should not aspire to, but I was so fixated on the scale. For
Mhm.
me, that number was like 130 to 135. That was like my
Wow.
thing. And when
Yeah.
I look back at the times when I was quote unquote successful to hit that number, Jasmine, I look like a bobblehead. You could have put me up on somebody, put me on somebody's dashboard and let me dance as you drive. Cause I had a little bitty body and a big old head. Not a stitch of muscle could be shown. And
Mhm.
the real thing of that was I still looked like me with the weight, but just a smaller version, if that makes sense. Like there
Yeah.
was no muscle tone, nothing looked strong. I
Right.
didn't look healthy. I looked smaller,
Mhm.
but I
Mhm.
was not in a healthy place. And even now, if I look back at pictures, I'm like, not only was I not healthy physically, I was not healthy emotionally or like mentally because of that me trying to fit in this box and feeling like being a certain weight was how you determine your success as far as, well, look,
Right. Right.
anything.
Yeah. That is so
Yeah.
true.
So that's why we are so excited about having this masterclass, because my goal is to help women, well, not just mine, but yours, see that there's so much more than a number on the scale.
Oh my
You are
gosh.
not the number on the scale. So that's first thing. Like your worth is not in your weight.
Mhm.
And the number of times, I've worked in a gym for a little over 4 years. So because even before that one opened, I was at another one. So I've had seriously so many meetings,
Mhm.
one on one. And the big thing that people will come in with is having a weight that they want to get to. And I have to
Mhm.
say, we cannot make that the goal.
Mhm.
That can't be it, because you'll miss out on the beauty of moving your body, because it's not
Mhm.
to lose the weight. I'm like, losing the weight or losing the right weight, because
Right.
there is a right, there's something you want to lose and something you don't.
Right.
Then that's going to be the byproduct of you moving mindfully and having other reasons for why
Yeah.
you need to be moving, but it cannot be
Absolutely.
about the scale. And I also remind them, listen, when you get on this scale, everything is accounted for on this scale. Your bones. If you ate food and you have not released yourself, that is in your belly. Your
Mhm. Mhm.
organs are accounted for on this scale. Did you
Right.
drink any water today? That's
Exactly.
accounted for on the scale. So I'm like, y'all, this weight is representing your eyes, your heart, your brain, your intestines, everything is on here. And so we cannot put that there. And also, just because the scale went down
Mhm.
doesn't even mean, if you're not losing the right thing, if you're losing muscle mass, then the scale going down is not a good thing.
It's not. It's not. And scientifically, we know that that's not healthy. In so many different ways. Just like even with movement, right? It's so important. And you probably tell people this all the time, Jamaica, like movement with aerobics or something that's going to get your heart beating, but also strength training. Those are
Mm,
things and different types of movements that we need to do, because when you just do aerobic exercises, at some point you start to lose some muscle. And
yes.
then when you gain that weight back, which most people do because it's not something that's sustainable and realistic for them, the next time around, it's even harder for them to lose the fat that they gain on because of that. So there's a lot of misinformation out there, and that's one of the reasons I really went into dietetics, and just from my own experiences, is because I'm sick of people getting the wrong information. I'm sick of people getting information that makes them feel shameful about their decisions, that make them feel a certain way about their bodies. Because honestly, you are influencing other people as well, and you may not know it. So that's the biggest thing with me. We just got to get this right information. And all the information that you may learn and that I may teach you may be able to help someone else even better than you, and vice versa, because everyone has different lifestyles. Like you mentioned, Jamika, the high school weight. Okay, so when you went to high school, how many years ago?
Girl, a lot.
So we trying to
24,
get to right. So we're trying to get to a point of a lifestyle that you had then that was completely different from the lifestyle, responsibilities, environment that you're currently in today. And that makes
yeah.
a huge difference in, who you are today and what goals you set out for yourself. So I'm just ready for this free masterclass just to get it on and pop it and just be like, look, we're
I can
bombarded with all the disbelief of what we're supposed to do, and we need to change our perspective on that.
Yes, we really do. And that's what I'm so excited about is, go ahead and smacking down the misinformation that's out there and showing people that it is possible, and you don't have to get stuck on this, or stuck in this cycle of starting and stopping. But I also want them to realize it doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be extreme. And when people finally see the simplicity of it and find a way to work that truly works for them, that's where the beauty of lifestyle comes.
Yes.
And it benefits you in so many ways. So when I was talking about all the things that I've had going on over the last few weeks, no lie, now we're talking probably 8 weeks at this point. When we say October, no, we coming up on it. I can count the number of times I have done a workout that really is like a workout, like meaning I'm in the gym. Here's what I'm doing. I'm here for the sole purpose of doing that, right? I can count the number of times that I've done that. However, there have been times where I've had to walk places where I've said, let me park my car at the back of the parking lot so that I get in these extra steps, where I don't try to bring all the groceries up at one time. I can do multiple times because I have to come up the steps. So let me not try to bring them all up. Let me bring up half and then go back down and bring those up, doing things like that, right? And I'm not even exaggerating. The number of times I've probably worked out over the last between 6 to 8 weeks has been maybe 5. I'm not even joking. I did get on an InBody, and so I always tell people, like, getting on the scale has to be for a purpose. And if you're just getting to see what you weigh, that's not it. But the InBody machine that I do have access to, which everybody doesn't have, but that's why we have other measures. We'll talk about that in the masterclass. I can see the analysis of my body composition. And girl, when I got on, do you know that my numbers were almost identical? My percentage of body fat was the exact same as it was. Get this, because now it's November. In August.
Right.
It is identical, Jasmine. I have not missed a beat with that. But guess what? I didn't have to be perfect and extreme to get there. I had to be consistent. Right? And so the consistency that I had with just the lifestyle of those small things that I said, let me come up and down the steps more than once. Let me park my car farther away than what I normally do. And taking opportunities when available to walk more, or saying, you know what, if I'm going to eat this and I know this has this in it, I'm going to get water. I'm going to have this because I want it, but let me have some water to go with this. I got this bread pudding with this caramel and this other drizzle that I'm going to enjoy thoroughly with my vanilla ice cream. I got a sweet tooth and I ain't never gonna fight it. But guess what? I can have water with it. I don't have to drink sweet tea with this. I got enough sugar.
Right.
Those types of things. My body fat is identical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Literally the same exact numbers, not a little bit up, a little bit down, the exact same.
Right.
And so that just really made me grateful for a true healthy lifestyle where I'm not having to do extreme things. I'm not trying to eat 1,000 calories a day, which none of you should be eating. A
No.
kindergartner even needs to eat more than that. So let's go ahead and throw that out before the master class. And
Yeah.
without me out here running around a parking lot or on the treadmill trying to sweat off anything, I didn't do that. I just
Right.
stayed consistent with some
Right.
activity and ta-da,
Right.
here we are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, sustaining and maintaining a lot of times can be harder. But it sounds like you changed your mindset around a few things, right? And you
Yep.
actually did things that you knew that you could realistically do.
Boom.
That wasn't going to be a tug and pull on other things that you had going on in your life because you were actually going through a complete transition, right? And
Literally.
so it's like, I know what I can commit. I know I can do this. Let's stick with this. And even
Yeah.
if you did gain some weight, the fact that you were still able to have some type of consistency with any type of lifestyle behavior was a win in general.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah.
And giving myself grace and not feeling
Yes.
like now I need to go and jump all the way back in. No,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
that is not the game plan that I have. So that
Yeah.
is what Jasmine and I will bring to this masterclass. We
Yes.
have 3, so I'm putting it back up here, primary barriers that we believe are holding you back from having the lifestyle that is sustainable that you have been trying to get for years. It's
Yes.
within reach, y'all. And I can tell you now, it is not extreme. It is
Mm-mm.
not extreme. And that's what we're here for. That's what Jasmine and I want to do. So if you go to holla at it, revolutionofwellness.org. Right there, you see it at the bottom. So if you're listening, revolutionofwellness.org, that is all together. It's
Mm-hmm.
very simple. You put in your first name and your email address. Boom, you are
Mm-hmm.
registered and signed up, and you'll get reminders about it. But it is virtual, so you can get in on this masterclass from anywhere. And yes, it is on Black Friday, but guess what? 7 p.m. And for real, y'all shopping online anyway. So you
Right.
you spent time with your family, y'all have had a good time, and even if family's still there, stick your headphones on, put your AirPods in, jump on and listen. And it's not even going to be, this is not an extreme 6-hour type of thing. We're talking
Right.
about 45 minutes, hour at the absolute most, where we're going to go over the 3 barriers that are keeping you from living that healthier, sustainable lifestyle that not only you want to do, but that you deserve to have.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That most importantly, give yourself permission to
Yes.
click on there and sign up for it. Seriously,
Yes,
because it's honestly a lifesaver. I mean, that's
it
how I'm
is.
looking at it. It's saving people's lives at this point. It really
It
is.
is. And I feel so, especially right now with all that I've had going on in my life, I'm so, so, so grateful that I have been able to create a lifestyle that can keep me in a healthy frame of mind, not just body, through all of it. To be like, hey, I feel good to where my what's the thing? Everything. My body, my emotions, my mental capacity, all of that has still been able to stay intact. And
Right.
if I didn't, hadn't worked to create this lifestyle that I now have, I can't say that I would even be in this spot right now.
Right. Or to even like just kind of like zap when those thoughts come into mind because
Yes.
we're not perfect in any way, right? No one is. So it's good to kind of just be aware of when those negative thoughts, those moments where you feel like you don't deserve it, those moments where you feel like you have to restrict, it's important to know how to zap it because there's always going to be the constant loud noise, right? To
Yep.
kind of distract you. So I think that's what I admire about you, Jamaica, too, so much, because I feel like you're able to zap it, even if that thought came in and it's like, oh, we ain't going back to old Jamaica. This is a new and arrived Jamaica.
Yes, get thee back.
Get me
Go
back.
go back, because we are not having that. So if
Right.
any of this has resonated with you, or if you're just like, I don't want to have this as my resolution another year. I don't want losing weight, getting in shape to be another resolution for me. This is for you. And we're not, you
Absolutely.
notice the date that we're having. We're not waiting until January. We don't have time to wait. Let's just be
Right.
honest. If
Right.
you have been wanting to do better by yourself, why would you put that off for weeks? You deserve
Right.
to start working on that as soon as possible, which is why we coming in hot the day after
Hot.
Thanksgiving, after you've been out shopping, whether it's out in the world or online. We're telling you, you need to come and get here with us at 7 p.m. Again, you can go, I have it down at the bottom, revolutionofwellness.org. Put in your first name, put in your email address, and you will immediately get another email that will give you a little bit more information. And then we'll be sure to send out that reminder to you so that you won't forget. But if you're really serious about making this change and you're really sick and tired of having the same resolution every January, this is the class for you. And let me also keep it real with you. And this is something I had to learn for myself too, because I would always wait till January. January 1st is not some magical day.
It's not.
You don't wake up and now all of a sudden every habit that you fought against, every craving that you've ever had to battle with, it doesn't disappear.
Not gonna happen.
You know, and I think we all look for that day, and you get up and you like, yes. And then come January 4th, 5th, we feeling like we did on December 27th. And that's just real.
Yeah.
So there's no magic to it. But if you come in this class, we can show you practical, realistic things that can help you to get through those things, to really have a healthy lifestyle, and to say that this is the last time this is going to be your resolution.
Absolutely. Yep. This would be a marathon, not a sprint, a marathon.
It's a marathon, and it's a lifelong marathon that will become muscle memory for you if you come and rock with us. So come on and rock with us. Get in on this. Reclaim your health. Again, I'm going to put this at the bottom. It's called Reclaim Your Health, 3 Barriers Holding You Back from a Healthier and Sustainable Lifestyle. You can register at revolutionofwellness.org. Again, that is revolutionofwellness.org. In the meantime, y'all know y'all can go and follow me on Instagram, where we'll have some more stuff and you'll get a few more reminders there. It is Meek, MEK _Rich, RICH. And you can go and follow my girl, Jasmine Westbrooks. She's at JAS.Monique, MONIQUE.RD, registered dietitian. Hey. So again, jazz.monique.rd. You can find her there on Instagram, and follow her, and you'll get some reminders there too. Well, Jasmine, thank you for coming on to the podcast. Hey,
thank you for inviting me. I feel like I reached my 15. Did I reach the 15?
You got up there.
20. Okay. All right.
Jazz, we got up there. But for real, I'm so excited, and I really do hope that you all will take advantage of this free. I don't know if we said that or not. Jasmine, did I even say that? Free. FREE. It is absolutely free masterclass on Friday, November the 26th, 7 p.m. Register at revolutionofwellness.org, and we will see you there. Y'all, as always, thank you so much for tuning into the episode. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm so happy that you're here. I hope that you'll come back. And the way that you can make sure you do is to go ahead and click subscribe or follow, just depending on the platform that you're on, so that you will continue to get notifications when we have those new episodes. Y'all, I'm back in the building. I'm so happy to be here, and I will see y'all very soon on the next episode. All right, y'all. Bye, guys. Listen, I can't have you all missing out on episodes. I appreciate you all being here, and I want you to stay here. So before you leave, go ahead, click that subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when the next episode drops. I'll see y'all then.